I don't know. Did you start watching anime when you were younger?
Yeah, like 6 or 7, something like that.
6, 7. I just bit right on the highway.
Jeez, really
Yeah,
young.
my
So
whole
yeah,
life.
so your whole life you watch anime. I feel like 15, 20 years ago, I don't know if you got 15 or 20 in you, but like let's just say 15 years ago, anime wasn't what it is now. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Casually Too Much podcast with your boy Brian, the Casual Brian. I'm here today with your boy JP Too Much. What's up, fam?
What's up, people? What's up, Brian?
What's up, brother? So we had so much to talk about last time. We didn't get it all in, but today we're keeping the conversation moving, talking about masculinity in anime.
Yes, sir. I think that's something that people should talk about a lot because niggas be hating sometimes.
Sometimes,
All the
all the
time.
time. So like when you think about like masculinity and anime, I mean, because I feel like when most people even think about anime, they only think about like shonen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like most people, it's weird, man. Like, because I think about anime in different ways, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we started with anime when we were younger. I don't know. Did you start watching anime when you were younger?
Yeah, like 6 or 7, something like that.
6, 7. I just bit right on the highway.
Jeez, really
Yeah,
young.
my
So
whole
yeah,
life.
whole life you watch anime. I feel like 15, 20 years ago, anime wasn't what it is now. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
for sure, for sure. I remember even when I like 2012. I was working at Applebee's and some girls, they would like try to make fun of me. They'd be like, "Oh, I don't want no man who watches cartoons." And
Right.
I'm not saying that that isn't still like a thing that happens today, but it is way more common that a girl will watch anime or you at least won't get shit for watching anime. But
I
2012, even when I in elementary school, middle school, don't even say you watch it unless you're ready for that smoke.
Right, exactly. I mean, I feel like the whole women not watching anime or women in anime is like exploded. Like there's so many women on both all sides of it, like the author of Full Metal Alchemist was a female. Demon Slayer
Hmm.
is a female mangaka. You know what I mean? So you have them and then cosplay. I don't know. I
Sailor
feel like
Moon.
cosplay is kind of in a weird space, right?
I mean, weird how.
I feel like cosplay is part of the community. It's kind of like breakdancing or tagging to hip hop. It's definitely of the community, but I think that when you say hip hop to somebody, they think like rap, right? Or that's
Hmm.
what I think. So I feel like cosplay is part of the anime community, but it's also kind of its own thing and they overlap.
Are you pretty much saying like cosplaying is to anime as what Avatar is to anime in a sense?
No, 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 no. No,
Okay.
it's more in the community than Avatar. Avatar is something
Like
different. It's
Avatar's
like
in the community.
it is,
It's like,
it is in the it's in the big umbrella, the big tent. It's in the tent.
yeah.
But I think that like Avatar is influenced by anime
Hmm.
and it's its own thing. Like no one would say like Kung Fu Panda or the Boondocks are anime, right?
Yeah.
But they definitely have taken influence and inspiration from anime, I think. Especially like the Boondocks, Kung Fu Panda and Pixar and all that stuff. They kind of have their own thing. But I
Hmm.
feel like cosplay is its own thing. It doesn't have to necessarily be part of anime.
At first I was going to disagree with you, but now I will agree because of the fact that you can cosplay as any character. It doesn't
Exactly.
have to be anime. Sometimes when I hear cosplay, I think anime characters because
Right.
that's the only thing that I'd care to dress up as. But then there's Marvel, there's DC, there's
Yeah.
like
Comics.
invincible characters. There's all different types of things that you can cosplay as.
Exactly.
So really, not all cosplayers watch anime. So yeah, you're right. It's really not in. It's like it's part
I-
of it, but it's not exclusive.
But anime is so fractured like that to begin with. I mean, like even like the cons that everyone goes to, they're like comic cons. They're not anime conferences, most for the most part. You know what I mean? Anime is a part of this larger community. I hear a lot of people refer to it as like nerd culture. And I think that even though now it's becoming more, do you think it's still okay? I'll ask you this. Do you think anime is still like nerd culture, like niched out?
In its core, yes. No matter how many people get hip to it, how mainstream it becomes, it's still going to be nerd culture. It's the same way if a whole bunch of people started playing Dungeons and Dragons and it became a new like norm. It's still like within like that like nerdy space, and you can't take that away. I mean, at its core, like things
I
will
hear what you're
progress
saying.
and evolve, but at its core, it started off with nerds, and it's like it was almost frowned upon. Like this, like
Mhm.
we were saying earlier, if you watched anime back then and you were open about it, it wasn't cool. And the reasons why it's cool now is because certain like prominent figures in pop culture are like, oh, I watch anime, and people are like, oh, I guess I can watch this now.
Right.
And they couldn't think of. I'm not gonna. They were scared to like something outside of the norm on their own. So then when
Oh,
someone like Megan the Stallion starts blowing it up, it's like, oh, it's like she watches it, I can watch it now. But no matter what, people still called people like that nerds. I got called a nerd. I still get called a
mm.
nerd for how much I
Really?
like anime. Yeah.
That's
Not
crazy.
like,
Not to your face
I
though.
mean, huh?
I said not to your face, right?
I mean, over the internet, like in a funny way. Like
Okay.
certain friends that don't watch it as much might call me a nerd. And like I'm okay with it. It is what it
Yeah.
is. I can still fight. So
Well,
you can call me a nerd all you want.
that's actually a perfect segue, like into like what we're really talking about today, and like masculinity in anime, and just different types of anime that people don't watch or feel comfortable watching. I think a
Hmm.
good example of this conversation is the whole solo leveling versus Frieren debate. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
there's a lot of people that are like, oh man, I couldn't watch Frieren, I dropped it. It was boring.
They don't like good art. That's and they're sexist. I'll say that because Frieren,
Really?
I mean, it's a little bit of sexism or misogyny, whatever it is.
Hmm.
It's because my thing is like anime is a medium to tell a story.
Correct.
What is it about solo leveling story that you can't like? If you can appreciate solo leveling, how can you not appreciate Frieren when they go into more depth? Like solo leveling is pretty much to me, it's like it takes the Dragon Ball Z power up, power up, power up, but to like a on steroids. It's like
Right.
you're
It
just
just
gonna get
reduced it all
stronger, you're gonna
down.
get stronger. Boom, boom, boom. Next level, here you are, you're stronger. And there's no like big story behind it. Whereas with Frieren, as strong as she is, she's on the search for, she has passion, she has goals for those spells, right?
Hmm.
And she keeps trying to find new spells. She even tries to find like mundane average spells, and
Right.
she's some great spellcaster. And
Right.
just
Right.
how can she progress and then also like learn how to appreciate life more? There's a story with her previous crew, and
Right.
I feel like they've kind of hinted at romantic feelings between like
Definitely.
her looking back now. I feel like she's like,
Definitely.
oh, I kind of liked him, but
Himmel.
it's way too late for me to say something about it.
Right. Right.
And it's just better. Like I love solo leveling. It's great action. It's all that, but it's to me, I'm almost like these are just the ones that I can think of right off the bat. It's like comparing a movie like Lethal Weapon or like those action movies from those times, and
Uh-huh.
then to like The Departed. Both have a little bit of action, but it's like The Departed is a great story, great movie, great
Mm.
film. Lethal Weapon, still love it, still good. It and it's like maybe they came around the same time or one of the Lethal Weapons. You know, there's so many of them, but it's like Friren's
Yeah.
story is better.
Yeah. I think so. I think it's undeniably better. I think that, our I don't want to like talk down to a community because
Do it.
shonen
Do it.
is written for young boys, 18
Yeah.
or under. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's like I'm not gonna hate on them. I was a young I was a young boy. I know what I wanted at that time. But but the reality is solo leveling is a very basic story. And it's almost like they just said, let's cut away all the like the development and the journey and just get straight to the fights and the power-ups. And that's what people like. But then you get a story like Frieren and people have to sit and they have to let the thing progress. They have to wait. Maybe they might have to watch an episode twice. And I don't think shonen fans are here for that. But you're saying
You
that's a
know,
masculinity issue.
you said what?
I said, but you're saying that's a masculinity issue.
I think if there's a female main character, some people have a problem with watching it.
Really?
And I'm gonna that's the hill I'm willing to die on. Unpopular opinion. I can say it's like with a lot of people, I'll talk about anime. It's like, oh, have you watched this? Yeah, it's like I've watched Dragon Ball Z, I've watched Yu Yu Hakusho, I've watched this. It's like, oh, have you watched? And this is, it's like I'm not trying to be that annoying person, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I love anime, I love the stories. It's like, oh, you should try Violet Evergarden, or you should try Frieren, or
Mm,
Promise Neverland,
yeah.
or anything that's like not fighting, like right off the rip, dives
Right.
more into like feelings. I'm not really interested. It's like, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, what is it? Because you say you like stories, so
Right.
here's a
Right.
story. But I can also say people's attention issues can be a
Mm-hmm.
problem. To me, I'm like certain anime, maybe it's like the comparison for people who want to watch the movie or want to read the book. There's some people that'll
Okay.
do both,
Right.
right? Books take a little bit more time, but you get every detail. Whereas with the
Yeah.
movie, you get like the spark notes of everything.
Yeah.
For
They got to
me, I
reduce.
was, hmm?
I said they got to reduce it down.
Yeah, and I think that's where it's like I like watching Frieren to me remind me of like an RPG. Any anime that reminds me of RPGs, I love it.
Interesting.
Traveling,
Interesting. I could
adventure,
definitely see that.
and I've been a JRPG fan since forever because of my cousins. So I think female leads will have people, a lot of guys, be like, I'm not watching that.
It's it's so interesting. I never considered the issue with Frieren being about her being a female lead because she's such a great lead. She's such a great character. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I'm just saying I've never
Yeah,
considered that. I just thought it was the pace of it and the lack of action, even though Frieren has amazing fights and amazing action. That's what I thought. I never considered her gender as an issue because even even though she is a female lead, and I'm sure they don't really like sexualize her, um,
not at all.
and her personality is not very like overly feminine because I'm not going to try to characterize what is feminine and what is not feminine, but those were not things, you know what I'm saying, like that I
Mhm.
that came to my mind immediately. I just thought it was more of an issue of like the pace and lack of action every single episode, all episode long.
Yeah, I mean, I can say that I don't think that her being this, I don't know how to say it. It's I think it plays a bigger role in what people might think, but it may not be
Mm,
like the first and second, but I feel like like someone who has some like racist undertones or they're
yeah,
it's like, "Oh, I don't like this because of these reasons," like microaggressions. It's
yeah.
like, okay, fine. That can be valid, but do you think for a second that maybe those feelings are also coming from the fact that this person is black or this person is like
Mm,
Muslim, whatever it may be.
yeah.
So it's like it's fueling their dislike of something. So that's what I think with Frieren. It's yeah,
I
you
see
can
what you're
take
saying.
all those things, the pacing, all that into consideration, but she's a woman and she's not like a what's the Marillium something from Black Clover?
Oh, oh my gosh,
The
the
sister.
sister, the flame sister, the older
Mary
sister.
something.
Mary Leotis? No. You know what? We live in the 21st century. We're gonna look it up.
Yeah. I'm looking that shit up
Just
right
talk.
now.
I'm gonna find it out. Look, just keep sharing your thoughts.
Okay. But a character like that, she's strong. She's like pretty much like a guy, right? She's strong, she beats
Hmm.
stuff up. She's way more aggressive than her brother. Everybody loves her. If she was the main character of a show, loud, brash, I think people would still like it, but I still think there would be issues because she is a female main character. And I
It's
think
Mary
for a lot of
Leona.
people, Mary
Mary
Leona.
Leona.
Okay.
It's a
Like,
tricky name to say. Mary Leona.
but if Asta was a woman, do you think Black Clover would be as popular?
I mean,
With
I think you
everything
could say
almost
that.
the same.
I think you could say that for anything. I mean, like with Demon Slayer, if they swap Nezuko and Tanjiro, no. I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I think you make a good
Yeah.
point because whether it's the first thought that's coming to mind or a underlining thought, gender does play a role with why people might want to start something or not start something. So Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other anime. I mean, I know. Okay, off the top of my head, Frieren,
Mhm.
Violet Evergarden. What is it? A Kame ga Kill or Kill a Kill? Which
Kill a
one is it
Kill.
with the
I
scissors?
think both,
Kill a
honestly.
Kill. A Kame ga Kill. Well, technically, yeah, but the Kame ga Kill is weird, right? Like, who's the main character of it? It's that guy, right? Sue whatever, the one that
I
Esdef
gotta
loves, and
I gotta watch that
um.
one again. Honestly,
But
Soul Leader.
Kill a Kill, Soul Leader, Maki. So okay, I think Soul Leader is a great example. I feel like people love Soul Leader, but Maki was like main character A and Soul was main
Yeah,
character B. You know what I
and
mean?
then
Same with Promised
Death,
Neverland.
Death, whatever, Death the Kid. They had so
Death the
many different
Kid,
characters where so many
Black
people.
Star.
Yeah, Black Star. There's so many people that it's like, okay, she's the main character, but it's
Yeah.
these people.
And there's a ton of fighting. And there's a ton of fighting and there's fan service with
Mm,
Blair. And so
mm,
it's weird, man. I think that when I think of masculinity in the anime world, I think of what people are comfortable watching, but like breaking their norm. So like, okay, it's so funny. Like I talk to people, like I say, they're like, "Oh, you're into anime. You do a lot of anime content." I say, "Yeah," and then they start telling me their anime, and it's like I can count. It's always the same things. It's kaiju. It's um, Jujutsu Kaisen. It's Solo Leveling. But you never hear the
mhm.
Violet Evergardens. That's why I was so shocked when you said Frieren. Or Tanya the Evil, like there's so many great stories. Like this summer, for example, two of my favorite stories I think were written by women. The summer that Hikaru died and Gachi Akuta. Amazing stories. I think now people would love Gachi Akuta because it follows that classic shonen format, whereas the summer that Hikaru
Mm.
died is borderline boy love. You know what I mean? And people
What
start
was that, like
squirming,
Yaoi?
man.
Something like that.
I
That's what
haven't
it's
seen
called.
Yaoi. What's Yaoi? Is that
I
a boy
think
love?
Yaoi is like what they call like boy
BL, I
love,
guess. Yeah. If you ever hear someone say BL, that's what they're talking about.
boy love.
And it was a little bit, and it wasn't. I watched it, and I could see an argument for both. I could see them just being really good friends and dealing with trauma because it's about a monster possessing the
Hmm.
dead body of a guy's best friend. So it's like, of course,
Something
this
like
person doesn't have any idea of how to feel about that,
yeah,
But then there's some scenes that are just like, okay, this is more than just friends,
yeah.
But it's a
Speaking of
good watch.
I haven't watched any of those. But one, have you watched Tengoku Daimakyo?
What is that?
Daimakyo. It's called Heavenly Destruction.
Oh no, Heavily in Delusion. I thought it was called.
Yeah, Heavenly
I,
Delusion.
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
yeah,
always say
yeah.
the Japanese name,
That's cool. I
but
don't. I know what you're talking about. That's why I always say like, well, what's the American name?
yeah,
But yeah, I watched that. I was watching it week to week, and then I didn't drop it. I just didn't finish it. I know the part where she tells him what's in her head. If that makes sense without spoiling.
what's in her head? Is there a season?
So
Is that
he confesses his feelings to her, and then she tells him about like who she isn't on the inside.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's not what it is at all.
I
Hello?
forgot all about the fact that she's a him on the inside.
She's a boy. She's a boy that had his mind transplanted into
Yeah,
her body. So it was not like how she feels. She's a literal boy. That's what Japan does, man. They don't just give it to you. Okay, you want some representation? All right, cool. But we're not going to give it to you simple. We're going to give it to
they
you
like to make stuff complex.
they do. Layers. Did you
I
watch
mean, the
Windbreaker?
amount of huh?
Did you watch Windbreaker? And so it's like Tokyo Revengers, but like they had like a trans character. And so mind you, this person's in high school and everyone's like going off. They're like, we love it, love the representation. Then she turns out to be a stripper. And it just goes so left, like this high school trans person who's a stripper. So it's like, you don't know. What are they saying? Are they saying this is great that she accepts themselves? Or are they saying like, no, this is not good. This is like perverted, deviant thing. What were you going to say about the Heavenly Delusion anime?
I just liked it. Like it was a female lead and a good anime. But what I wanted to like touch on was what made you. Is it because a lot of anime fans, watchers, you're so used to getting like the normal Dragon Ball Z, maybe like Yu Yu Hakusho, that I like Violet Evergarden and Frieren, and that surprised you? To me, I'm like, I thought that would almost be a norm with the amount of anime that well, granted, you're not keeping
Right.
tabs with what I'm watching all the
No,
time, but
no.
with how like active I am with certain things,
With Frieren,
you know?
it was not surprising. It's just that so many people. It's rare to meet someone in person that likes Frieren. I'll put it like that.
Mm,
I mostly encounter people online that like Frieren, but in person they dropped it. Like
you're right.
perfect example, Julian. Like he's like that. No, it's boring. My friend Kellen, his brother, dropped it but picked it back up, loved it. So it's not common. Now with Violet Evergarden, in person, in IRL and online, man, I can count
Is
on like one hand how many people I've met. They don't know it, man. Like they don't know it. Like Violet. So after Violet Evergarden, because I knew it was written by a female mangaka, I just like did a little deep dive and I started finding other stories written by females, and then I was blown away by how many. But yeah, so a lot of people don't watch Violet Evergarden. They don't even know about it. I mean, now don't get me wrong, it has a massive diehard fan base. Anytime I make a Violet Evergarden video, people go crazy. They love that anime. But it's mostly women. It's mostly women. I rarely talk to men who have, if they even know about it, and if they do, they enjoyed it. You know, like even in the comments, guys are like, "Oh man, I tried that. That thing was trash." I'm like, bruh, there's nothing trash about Violet Evergarden at
Yeah,
all.
hey, it's a little slow, I can say that, but I think that's the whole point, and I think sometimes I mean, you can take it into, like, how men watch movies, like, how men like their media versus women like their media, and it's like you think about how many men do you know that love a movie like, uh, The Notebook? That's that's just, like, what I can think of right off the rip.
Mm.
There's other movies that I've watched, or how about this? How many men have watched the Barbie movie? Not a lot. I did.
I haven't watched it.
I
I didn't
watched
watch
it.
it.
My
Was
wife
it
wanted to
good?
go see it. Huh?
Was it good?
Yeah, it wasn't a bad movie, honestly. It was like I could
I see.
understand what the tropes were supposed to be. I picked up on certain things. I was like, "Oh, they're calling out different, like, hypocrisies, differences between men and women, like, expectations." Like, is it a movie that I would I have watched it if it wasn't for my wife? No.
Yeah,
But I still watched it. I watched it with, like, a open mind, and I was like, "Oh, this is, like, a pretty good movie." And
I didn't have anything
what
against it. I heard it was garbage. The people that had seen it, they told me it wasn't good. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not gonna waste my money. But I'm not against it. I mean, like I would watch it online, like on Netflix or Hulu
Yeah.
or wherever it's gonna come on. You know, I've heard mixed things though. I did hear some people say it had a good message, but
Yeah.
that's it's
That
all perspective.
mhm. And that's where, but then, like, the whole thing with masculinity, I feel like, I got some shit for me saying that I watched the Barbie movie,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
that's
was
crazy.
I was just like, "Okay, whatever, it's just a movie," and I was watching it with my wife, so it's one of those
Mm,
things, but I think people like to use masculinity or whatever society says about masculinity, and it kinda dictates how they move through their life, and
Yeah.
I don't think they even know what they like and what they could possibly be interested in because they're like, "Oh, society says I can't watch this or this isn't manly, so I'm gonna block out this whole, I don't know, like, medium or this
Mm-hmm.
whole story because it's not manly enough for me."
Right.
And to me, I'm like, that's not really manly. To me, masculinity, manliness is doing whatever you actually feel like doing. If that's how you feel like doing and you do it confidently, whatever it is, it's like, all right, boom. And it's like, you like this lame shit,
Mm.
lame. Like someone considered it lame. You like it, go and do
I see
it.
what you're saying.
And I mean, granted, there's certain things where I'm like, there's manly and there's not manly. Everyone's gonna have their biases,
Right.
but I'm like, I'm not gonna not watch a movie because people say this is for women.
You know what's interesting? It's like what you're talking about. I've recently, like this year, maybe last year, I started like painting my nails, and I remember I
Mhm.
did it, and I went to a family function, and everyone just like lost their mind. They were like, "Yo, what's is Brian okay? Like, what's going on? It's not very manly." And I was just like, I thought it looked dope. I thought it looked dope when I saw the Kotsky do it. I said, I said one day I'm gonna do it, and I did it, and it was dope, and it felt great. And so it kind of goes to what you're saying, like our to be masculine to me, and I think to you is like I'm so confident in myself. If I want to do something, I'm gonna do it, and I don't care. You know what I mean? Like what people think or how they think it makes me look. Now I don't know if I got the Jaden Smith masculinity to be putting on like dresses and and
Yeah.
pearls. I'm not saying that's not masculine. You know what I mean? Because brothers in what is it, Ireland, they wear kilts. You know what I mean? I'm sure, I'm sure there's always been things that people have done that people have been like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. That makes you look soft or whatever like that. And it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it's you worry about you, homie. And then, but you definitely see it in the anime community. Like, there's a new anime that came out in the summer. It's called The Flagrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. And it's a rom-com, right? I want to see that. Like, did you watch Apothecary Diaries?
I love that show. Momo or Mao Mao, or
Yo,
whatever her name is.
yes,
I
yes.
I'm on
They,
season 2. I'm enjoying it.
Mao Mao is a
That's a great
great
piece of
character.
work.
That's a great. It was, it's one of those things where I saw clips from it, and then obviously it was in the running for Anime of the Year like 2 years ago, and it lost to Cyberpunk Blade Runner. We're not gonna get into it, but
That's not even an
I bet
anime.
there's a ton. Huh?
Is that even an anime? That's off of a video. Whatever.
It was a video. It's a video game that got converted. It it's an anime. It is an anime, but it wasn't that good. And it definitely didn't deserve to beat some of the anime that it beat, especially Apothecary Diaries. But I was just saying, I'm sure a lot of guys looked at Apothecary Diaries and said, that's nothing that I want to see, because what is that? There's no fights. It's a female lead. It's slow. It's historical, but it's so good. It's
It's so good.
one of my fiance's favorites. I'm actually really thankful. Before I met her, I had already kind of started delving out into the anime world deeper because I'm just like into it as a content creator.
Mhm.
But being with her, I'm watching lots of anime that I probably never would have watched. Um, Apothecary Diary being one of them. And it's not that I was like against the Apothecary Diaries. It's just that, there's just so much anime to watch. And she was like, "Oh, this looks interesting. Let's watch it." And we watched a couple episodes. We were hooked, bro, from the jump. So I think it's good to have a partner that you can share things with too. It helps broaden your perspective, and definitely helps. It helped me, I should say.
Yeah. You know what I wanted to say on the female leads? Asobi Asobase. Have you ever heard of that one? Or Chio's Old School Road?
Mm-mm.
Those are two anime that hold on, lost my mouse. There we go. I'm trying to see if I can find the like American or the English.
I think it's Tanya the Evil. Is what you're talking about. It's a guy who gets reincarnated. Is it isekai?
Nah, nah, nah.
Okay.
Asobi Asobase, that one. No, that's literally just the name. Asobi Asobase is based on like both these shows are like middle school girls, maybe high school one. The other one is middle school. But it's just complete, I don't know, tomfoolery is the only thing I can think of. And outrageous clips, like outrageous moments. I
Okay.
don't know if I've watched funnier anime than that. Like Gintama has had its moments, and One Piece, of course, has had its moments. A lot of anime had its
Gintama.
moments, but Asobi Asobase and Chio's Old School Road or Chio's School Road, those are hilarious. And I have not met many men that have said that they've watched that, or either of them. Because one is like, they're like, what am I going to watch a show with middle school girls for? Because it's funny. Like that's why.
I've
because
never
it's
watched it.
hilarious.
That reminds
Bro,
me. There was a deer anime this summer. Oh, my dear friend Nokotan.
I heard of that
That was
one.
pretty funny. Yeah. So these are comedy anime.
Yeah, comedy.
Okay. I
You
definitely would check
should
that
try them
out.
out. There's
Yeah. Send me the
there's definitely
title.
like creepy moments in both of them, but it's still funny. And
Creepy like what?
I don't
Like
know,
spooky or creepy like dudes being weird?
dudes being weird, but
Oh.
still hilarious. Not touchy weird, not that
Okay.
way. But just, if anything, the most weirdness, like the weirdest stuff.
You could do so.
What would the other be? Like some
Awkward?
women on women
Socially awkward?
action.
Oh.
Them being the creeps. So
I got okay.
yeah,
Like Orange is the New Black. No, the Revenge
honestly,
of
yeah.
Miss Jones. I think that's what it's called. It's part of the Old Boy series. Did you ever see Old Boy?
Mm-mm.
Oh, bro, we gotta talk. We gotta do next video. Next podcast. We're gonna talk movies because we got to wrap this one up. But next next podcast. Let's just run movies. We'll talk movies because we got some movies. I'm sure you got some movies for me, and I got some movies for you.
I'm shitty with movies, bro. I can't even remember the
What?
names. But
What?
I have to go down lists. It's like, oh yeah, I've watched this movie. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Most of the time, I'm fighting my sleep unless it's like certain movies like The Departed, Hitch, Django, Spike Lee movies.
Such a drastic range right there. Those those three that you just start with: The Departed, Hitch, Django. It's like
Departed is one of my favorite movies ever. It's a good movie. So is Hitch. World War Z. Bro.
But anyway, man, we're gonna wrap this one up. Thank you guys for checking out the podcast. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and check us out at Casually Too Much. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and I think we're up on Spotify, right? We'll be up. If we're not up there, we'll be up there soon.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Take it easy.